with Sefer Shmiras Haloshon, and the topic is the Metzora isolation. So Metzora is a person who is sick with tsaras, with this leprosy. Okay, so it says Metzora isolation. He who slanders his neighbor in secret, him I will cut down. Okay, it's from Psalms 105. Okay. The Talmud Arachin, so that's, okay, so Hashem said, he who slanders his neighbor in secret, him I will cut down. So Hashem is promising this person, you're talking about somebody else's back, okay, guess what, I have a surprise for you. Okay, the Talmud Arachin, 15b, interprets the latter half of the phrase as referring to the terrible affliction of Yetzer Hara. Tsaras, I'm sorry. Right, so meaning cut down, meaning not killed directly, but through tsaras. And it's one of the things, as we learn in the Torah, it says, for example, when we learn about Pharaoh in Egypt, right? So it says the Pharaoh died. And one of the explanations Rashi Zatzal brings that he did not die, but he had tsaras because of his behavior, right? And it's like the person who has tsaras, it's like he's dead man. Okay, continue. The Talmudic sage Reish Lakish sees the term Metzora, one who is afflicted with tsaras, as a contraction of Moitzi Shamra, one who spreads slander. So slander is not true. Lashon Hara is something, the information that it is true, right? And Motzi Shemra is not true. It's slander. Huge difference. Whoever speaks Lashon Hara will also have affliction of tzarat visited upon him. Said in the same place. Continue. This indicates the extreme severity of the sin. For the Torah unusually stringent with regard to the loss of tuma, ritual impurity, as Mediterranean to Metzora. So all other ritual impurity have a less severe consequences, but this Metzora is the worst one. So every time we would send them back for another 7 days of quarantine. So that's how it works. Okay. So even though, for example, the way, if I remember correctly, so even though this the spots are going to change, so it looks like it's healed anyway. So he cannot send to get coin like the next day. So he has to wait these 7 days. Okay. If I remember correctly. Okay. This indicates the extreme severity. Okay, come on, a second. Okay. In the wilderness, 3 distinct boundaries existed within the Jewish encampment. Each represents a different level of sanctity. Right. So we have a circle around the Mishkan. Right. For among the various types of ritually impure, only Metzora was forbidden from entering the 3 camps. For the Torah states, he shall dwell in isolation. His dwelling shall be outside of the camp. Vayikra 13:46. So this Metzora would go like outside of the camp, outside of the 3 camps. So it does not say here, but we know the first camp is around Mishkan. Then camp of Levites, so they would surround the Mishkan, and the 3rd camp is Israelites, all other the rest of the Jews. So, for example, if somebody has ritual impurity because he was in contact with death, right? It's also ritual impurity, very strong one. For example, a Levite buried his father. Okay, right? So he's ritual impure, but he does not have to go out of the camp. He stays in his house. And that's it, right? But this Metzora, so he goes out of all camps just to show us how severe it is this impurity. And another explanation for this is, what is the explanation? That he was trying to be too friendly, as we said last time. Was it yesterday? Yeah, I don't know, yesterday, or at least this week. We said that person was trying to be too friendly, and he was trying to share juicy gossip with other people, and okay, you wanted to be friendly, so we send you out of the camp, so you're going to stay in isolation. And I think the way if I remember correctly, they would put them separately, even to Metzora, to people who with this disease could not stay in the same place. Otherwise, like they have company. This Rishaim. Okay, continue. Why was Metzora singled out to live in isolation? Because throughout the evil speech, he caused husband to separate from his wife, and friends to become distant from one another. Okay. So Arachin 16b, right? That's okay. So husband is separated from his wife, and friends one from another. So that's what happened. One person, right? That I know. So we told him like, you don't have to tell your wife everything that is going on. He said no, but she insists. I said she insists, but Hashem insists otherwise. And one time, this genius, even I told him like, I don't know, all these problems was from telling his wife something, and she would like take revenge. So she for him, and somebody offended this guy. Nice fellow, but he came and told his wife, and then she met the wife of that fellow, and she started arguing with her and stuff like that, and it was the big disaster. Why? Is because he could not keep his mouth shut. So you understand? So we're not allowed to share everything, like all of the negativity with husbands and wives, right? So it's still laws of Lashon Hara apply even in that situation. Not even, I mean, in that situation. So if something like extraordinary, if somebody, the wife is she's like, I don't know, in distress or something, okay, you're allowed to listen to her, but you're not allowed to believe whatever she said. Okay, that's the halacha. So, and of course, do not act on whatever she said or what he said. Rabbi Ben Levi said, why was Metzora singled out to bring two birds for this purification? Said the Holy One, blessed is He. His sin was one of sinful chatter. Therefore, let him bring the offering, the chirping birds. Right. So that's exactly measure for measure, as we said in one of the classes. So the sin has to be rectified, the measure for measure, and the punishment Hashem sends to this world, measure for measure. That's otherwise we would never ever would find out why we're having this difficulty, right? But it is measure for measure. Okay, stop here.